Well, hello, huh?
Steady Eddie, have a mic.
Do I sense a lady or a gentleman? It doesn't matter. All I want to say is welcome to the full podcast. I'm assuming you did what I did and you just got off of 4 hours of how clocks are made. That's also a hot podcast.
Okay, we're not going to do that in this podcast, Steady Eddie.
Okay, but coming in close number second is Brooke and Jeffrey podcast, and it's a full show, so you get more than just a couple minutes. This is going to be an extensive...
It's an hour.
It's an hour.
Yeah, can you
that's
start
60
it?
minutes. Okay, so it starts right now when I say now, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, now.
Big sparkly lights, spinning roulette wheels, and a pile of shrimp the size of Brooke's Kia Niro.
Whoa!
Vegas is a special place.
Yeah!
And I know
Love it.
Jose loves to frequent there.
All the time.
Jose, have you ever been comped a free meal or a free room because of how much you've gambled there?
No, because I'm an idiot and I don't sign up for the rewards things.
Oh.
You know, if you're not a member, then they don't know how much, but I've lost thousands of dollars. They should have.
Well-
They're like, ooh, dude, keep gambling, keep trying, stay in a room for free.
Long gone are the days of you sitting at a $5 blackjack table for a couple hours expecting the pit boss to come over and give you a complimentary bar of fancy hotel soap called Cirque de Olay.
Seriously, those tables are so expensive on the weekend.
For real.
Casinos pretty much have a set mark now for how much you need to spend to be considered a high roller.
Oh.
And the thing is, they won't advertise exactly what that number is.
Okay.
Obviously, because then people just come in and spend exactly that much to get free stuff.
Is this whole thing to give Jose some life goals?
No, seriously, I want to hear this.
Maybe, but because according to a professional gambler, he got gold status at the Cosmo in Vegas.
That's my favorite.
That's
where I
a
go to.
fancy one.
Yeah, that's where I stand every time.
And he did it after playing 7 hours at a $5 slot machine.
Oh, I don't
Really?
do
Then
that.
took his winnings and played at a $25 slot machine for 4 more hours.
Whoa.
So it's more about longevity, not necessarily the amount you're spending.
Yeah, you want them to take pity on you for like just trying and failing. But gold status got him a free room, free food and drinks for the rest of his trip.
Wow.
Wound up spending $66,000 while he was there.
Dang.
Which actually
Wait,
got him
what?
upgraded to platinum status, which
See?
included free limo rides and a
my
VIP
gosh.
lounge at the casino, plus a free suite inside the hotel.
Okay,
They upgraded you.
nothing is free, you guys. He just spent $66,000.
It evens out.
Over the course of the last 7 years, he says he spent $811,000 total on slots and
Wait.
wound up with a net loss of just $35,000.
Hey.
Wait, he thinks that's a deal?
Hey, look
And
at you.
because he estimates that with all the free perks that he got during that time,
Okay.
those were worth over $60,000.
Okay,
Yeah,
somebody.
rooms
So
at the Cosmo are
Alexis
really
was
expensive.
right.
Yeah,
No.
worth it.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
So we all encourage you to empty out your savings account right now.
Oh,
Go
no,
to
we
Vegas
not.
and sit down at a slot machine for 17 hours
Guys,
and
what a
reap
racket.
the rewards.
How do you stay that long? Normally I lose $100 in 3 minutes.
Well, did you hear the $66,000 part?
So there we go. One of the perks of being on this show is being shocked by an electric dog shock collar. So let's reap the rewards, Jake. Give us something that's shockingly delicious.
Well, I know for some, using your body to move up the corporate ladder can be sleazy yet effective.
Yeah.
Very effective.
Brooke, is that true?
Yeah, Brooke.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
You should look at Jeffrey for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, let's
That's how we
be
got his
honest.
name.
I actually got demoted, so don't look over here.
Well, for most of us, the only way to rise up in the business world is by going through the job interview process, which can be stressful because you desperately want it to go well.
Yeah.
Which is why a new survey asked 1,000 people to name something you fear happening during an important job interview.
Okay.
Let's get into those answers in an all-new edition of Unglued Family Feud. We'll start with the guy who in every job interview has uttered the phrase, "Well, it wasn't like this in prison." Young Jeffrey.
That's a fair point.
Jeffrey, name something you fear happening during an important job interview.
Well, first thing that happens in a job interview, you're setting the tone with a handshake.
Yeah.
And I can't tell
Handshake.
you how many times that's gone wrong for me.
How? How does a
Where
handshake go
I'm
wrong?
trying to make eye contact while I'm going in for the shake, and
and you
before
miss.
you know,
Miss the
you
hand.
miss the hand and you're shaking a different body part.
I told you, you need to
Awkward.
look at him for the
Yeah.
corporate ladder.
Also,
climb.
very firm.
Yeah.
Very firm handshake.
I'm gonna go with handshake mishap for $500, please.
Show me handshake mishap. Not in the top
Yeah.
four, Jeffrey.
Oh,
I'm
darn
sorry.
it, Jeff. That's
Got
just
demoted
you.
again.
Yeah.
Go over to Alexis.
I don't know. The whole thing I hate.
Is it just being too hungover when you come in for a job?
That's
Yeah.
true. Alexis did come in reeking
Yeah.
of booze
I did
and
not.
cheap love from the
Hold
night
it.
before.
Yeah.
Holding
You know
your
what, though?
shoes.
She knew the industry,
Yeah.
right? This is the only
Okay.
place
Right
that
in.
You
works.
did
Yeah.
hire me.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm always scared, like, I don't actually want them to ask about my past jobs and stuff because I fluffed everything up. Like, none of it's really true, So, like,
Yeah, I worked as a rocket scientist.
yeah, I know when they ask for, like, details about your skills and stuff.
You could go with like getting caught lying or
Yeah.
exaggerating on your
That's kind of it.
resume.
Because I've definitely had resumes where they'll ask me that, like, something in detail thing. So I'm going to say getting caught lying, Jake.
Getting caught lying isn't in the top 4, Alexis. I'm sorry. Jose, name something you fear happening during an important job interview.
Well, my first instinct is to say like some kind of bathroom or like stomach emergency.
Of course, that's your first
Because
thought.
I always go pee every time we're here. I go to the bathroom like all the time. So I'm like, what if I have to pee really bad in the middle of the interview?
And nerves can make your tummy upset.
I think I'm gonna go with stomach issues or bathroom emergency, Jake.
Bathroom mishap, not on the list either.
Okay,
0
I
for
have a
3.
backup.
And
Okay.
I think you guys are thinking too deep on this. I
Yeah.
think you need to go more simple. Like, for me, I am terrible with names.
Oh, you're so
It is such a stress for me.
Is it their name or your name that you forget?
All of it. The name
Yeah.
of the company.
Yeah.
It's like it's a. I don't know. Is there a disorder where you can't remember names?
Probably.
Because I have it, and
Yeah.
it gives me tons of anxiety forgetting their name.
Forgetting names, that's number 4 on the list.
Ooh,
nice.
That's Jake, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I've been calling him Jason forever.
Call me whatever you want. Brooke, you're safe. Let's go back over to Jeffrey. Something you fear happening during an important job interview.
Maybe it's like the way you look. Maybe.
Oh, like you have spinach in your teeth and you don't know it?
I mean, I showed up to the radio interview here wearing a full like 2-piece suit, which when I showed up and I saw everybody in very casual clothes, I realized I was horribly misdressed.
I also did that.
I wore a power suit when I was 22.
They
thing.
teach you that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you're overdressed or if you're really underdressed
Yeah,
for an
that'd be
interview
worse.
and you show up in like
There's a
board
sweet
shorts and
spot.
flip-flops or something,
I don't think you could be overdressed.
well, I'm just going to say,
Tuxedo.
if you're not
Yeah.
dressed right for the interview,
Not
Good
being
answer.
dressed right, that's number 3.
Oh, good one, Jeff.
That's correct, Jeffrey. Disheveled appearance, a mishap with your clothing. We'll count that all for number
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Let's go back over to Alexis. The next person to get something right is safe. The other person's getting shocked.
Alexis, don't steal my answer. You always take what I'm gonna
I
say.
can't even think of one.
What else are you nervous about in a job?
I have another one.
what if they just ask you a question and you just don't have an answer?
I thought that's what I said. Oh, caught lying.
You
but I
said
guess
you were
that's
lying on the
different
resume, but
than-
what if
Yeah.
they're like, what are your goals for the next 5 years? And you're like,
I do always get worried they're gonna ask me like a trick question that I
Like
don't know
what
the
your
answer to.
musical interests are? You hate
Oh,
that
I
question.
hate that question. I'd rather just not take the job. Okay, yeah, I'll say like not having a good answer, Jake.
Not having a good answer, that's correct, Alexis.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sounding stupid, getting tongue-tied, stuff like that.
Okay.
yeah.
Let's quickly go over the top 4. Name something you fear happening during an important job interview. Alexis got number 1, sounding stupid or getting tongue-tied. Number 2 was sweating,
Oh, I was going to say bad breath.
physically looking nervous. Number 3 was disheveled appearance or a clothing mishap. And number 4, Brooke got, which was forgetting names.
Huh.
All right, well,
Right.
Jose's going to be taking the shock this morning. Somebody wanted to hear the song Price Tag by Jessie J. So, Jose, let's hear it.
It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. Ow!
I knew where the lyrics were going.
Yeah. But I do need money. That's why I'm in an interview.
Yeah,
right?
that's your shock collar question of the day. Got your phone tab coming up in just a few minutes.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Sometimes people ask us about how certain segments started on the show.
Oh.
Like, how did we come
Yeah.
up with them? And the history behind this next one is actually kind of interesting because it was years ago when we first had a quiet, shy, timid little comedian auditioning, trying to join our program. And
I remember that little guy.
We heard rumors that he was funny, but we could barely get him to open up about himself and speak or even make a joke.
Seriously?
Yeah, he
So-
barely talked.
I know, it's hard
Yeah.
to imagine that he was ever like this. So we thought, you know what? Let's do a segment where we ask everybody to just be vulnerable and share their thoughts with the room.
Okay.
And that's when finally
Yep.
Kevin Hart opened up
Yeah.
and it launched his comedy career.
Wow. Wow, look at where he's
Look at what happened to him, all because of this segment.
Hey, you're welcome, Kevin.
That's right. Actually, some say Alexis is the next tiny blonde Kevin Hart of this generation.
They say that about me?
Someone I'm sure does. We're going to hear her thoughts and launch her into superstardom in a brand new edition of What's on Your Mind. That's coming up right now. You know, technically, a burrito is just a sleeping bag for food.
I love that.
It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. And technically, our brains are just wet sleeping bags for our thoughts.
Why is yours wet?
Ew.
I don't
guess
like the
they're
wet comment.
Yeah.
Hopefully yours is moist, because
Yeah.
right now we're going to unzip our thought bags
Dry
and
brain.
air out what's inside for a brand new What's on Your Mind, starting with Brooke. Brooke, what's zipped up inside your wet thought bag?
No, I don't like that.
Let me open it up, Jeff.
no.
So last week there was a snow day for our kids. They had to stay home from school, which used to be exciting until online learning came along.
I know, I always forget
Dude.
about that.
So they have to be on the screen all day, and the teachers are amazing. Alder's teacher, he's in second grade, is teaching 25 7 and 8-year-olds over a Zoom call. Like, it is
my
just
gosh.
pure chaos.
Yeah.
Does everyone have to mute because they should?
So at one point, they go to recess, so they have a little break, and everybody leaves the Zoom call, and even the teacher. Apparently, during her recess time, she notices that the back awning of her house is drooping because of the snow.
All the way.
Right, and so she goes out to investigate. Well, the whole thing comes crashing down on her head.
No.
Yes, but she wraps her head up with like an ice pack, and she's teaching. She teaches you guys for the rest of the day. She finishes, she reads stories, she does the whole thing. Well, turns out she didn't stop bleeding the entire time. Ends up going to the ER. She had taught the class with a fractured skull. Legitimately fractured her skull. So all I'm saying is that we are not paying these poor teachers enough.
Yeah.
This teacher came
Oh my
back
gosh.
and came and taught my child with a broken head.
But
no
you
wonder
probably
the
didn't teach the right type of lessons if
Yeah.
she's got a concussion
what I
going
was
on.
gonna
You probably
say.
need to tell your son, forget everything you learned that day because
Yeah.
your teacher wasn't making any sense.
And she sends out this email. It's like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to take a day off tomorrow because my head is fractured.
Broken.
Wow.
Wow.
My
Okay.
teachers call in when they were hungover.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Let's go back to those days. Jose,
Seriously.
what's on your mind?
Well, a few of my friends went to the casino recently to bet on the Super Bowl.
Oh,
right?
interesting.
Yeah.
But I decided to stay home. I'm going to save money. I got
for you.
vacations coming up,
Yeah.
whatever. Until I got a text.
What?
One of my buddies was like, bro, I can make bets for you while I'm
can?
here. So I immediately changed my mind.
You're
Oh,
so
no.
easy to give into peer pressure.
Well, that's true. So I'm like, let's bet on the coin flip.
Okay.
Now, I always say, tails never fails. It's my life motto, pretty much.
Okay, so you're actually betting on the actual coin
Coin
flip at the
flip.
beginning. It's like
Okay.
one of those odd prop bets.
Yes, it's a prop bet. I
Okay.
decided, let's just start it out. Let's warm up $100
And?
on heads because I always pick tails.
Oh.
I always pick tails, guys. Why would I
Go
go with
against
what I
your
always
instincts.
do?
No.
I thought this is gonna be different. It's
And?
tails. I lose $100 immediately. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I know football. I know sports. Okay. So then I'm like,
That's
well,
how betting works.
at least the Chiefs are gonna score first. You know what I mean? Like they,
Totally.
they're
Wow.
gonna be the ones to get the ball. Oh, by the way, I put 200 on that because I got to make up for my last bet.
Oh.
The Eagles scored first, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah,
Well,
I
scored
remember that.
most.
For a long time.
Yeah,
For a
yeah.
long time. You know what happens when you're down $300? You think, you know what?
No.
NFL is scripted anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to bet yet another $200
Oh, God.
that the Chiefs are going to win the game, right? They're totally going to win,
You're in
guys.
a worse mental state than Brooke's son's teacher at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm down $500.
Holy crap.
I am not happy. I'm like, this is the whole reason I didn't go to the casino.
Yeah.
And then my phone goes off. And another text. And I'm like, what is happening? And the Gatorade has just been dumped on the coach.
Right.
And it was yellow, which means that I lost the show bet as well as $500 cash.
Yep.
No wonder you just answered the group text with damn.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
Rough game for Jose.
Maybe next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Alexis, what's on your mind?
So I went bowling the other day for the first time in years.
That's
I don't
cute.
know the last time I went. And I was killing it.
Were you?
I was winning, and I was getting a little cocky, I'm going around bragging. I'm like, I'm doing better than everyone here.
Yes,
to my
you should.
friends.
Were you at an 8th grade, like?
Yeah, the bumpers were up. weren't they?
No, my friends wouldn't let me use bumpers. So
Oh, okay.
I
You
tried.
asked?
Yeah, I
tried.
asked. Yeah. But my friends were like, Alexis, no, you're not. Like, are you really drunk? And I was like, no, I'm sober. I don't know what you're talking about. And they're not from here. So I was like, maybe you do bowling different in Argentina, but here, the lowest score wins, and I'm in the 60s, and you're in the 120s.
Are
So
you
I
joking?
am dominating.
Are you joking?
No, you're not confused.
Yes. I was confident that the lowest score in bowling wins.
No.
So when they were doubling me, I was like, I am so good, you
You got
guys.
a 60?
Yeah,
Oh, she's
I
like,
did get a
0, perfect game.
So, yeah, eventually I did Google it and find out I was wrong.
It's probably like as a child growing up, she was so terrible, and her parents were like, no, honey.
Maybe.
Lowest score wins in this
Alexis
game.
wins again.
I
And
might
that's
need to
even
improve
giving
it.
her credit.
I don't know, but basically I don't like bowling anymore.
no.
I was on a high for 10 minutes there, and then it just.
You went
Wow.
from pro to like awful.
Yeah.
Like, you thought.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Alexis.
anyways, for anyone bowling, just know.
Okay.
They do.
Higher's
high
better.
score.
All right, Jeffrey, what's on your mind?
Right now, everything in my house is going good.
Oh, that's good.
For the first time in 4 months since
What?
I bought the place,
Do we knock on wood? Is
I
there
know.
wood to knock on?
Yeah.
plumbing is working, electrical, water, septic, and gas all
All right.
functioning
By the
properly.
way, don't
Wow.
knock on wood. There may be termites.
But there is a new issue that's cropped up.
What's that?
And I'd say now a couple times a week, birds are flying 70 miles an hour straight into my windows.
Oh, no.
And they're not surviving.
Yeah.
That's really sad. You've got to put
Obviously
some stickers on your windows.
It's gotten to the point where every night at dusk, I have to walk the perimeter with a broom and just sweep off everything that's happened.
I thought you were a bird lover, not a bird killer.
You know how much I love birds. It's absolutely horrible, which is why I came up with a plan. I got a life-size cardboard cutout of a bird watcher, and I'm going to place it in the giant window looking out with binoculars.
You could just put a couple little like reflective stickers.
But
for
I don't think that's like what birds like.
so-
They want to see somebody watching them. That way the birds won't want to kamikaze my windows anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
My one concern is that my neighbors might think I'm trying to peeping Tom them if they see the cardboard binocular guy in the window.
all hours of the day.
But joke's on them because I've already been doing that for 4 months.
Oh, they're like,
So,
now there's 2 guys, honey.
I do feel like that's a good burglar deterrent.
making all the improvements
Yeah.
at my house and hopefully no more bird deaths. Text in to 78592 and tell us what's been on your mind. It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Getting a lot of texts in at 78592 with our listeners wanting to tell us what's been on their mind because
Oh,
we just
man.
shared what's on ours.
Yeah.
This text says, what's on my mind? I can't stop thinking about how cute Jeffrey is.
Me too.
Okay, Mom. Why do you keep texting me? Can we block her from this board?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
that's
think it was your
finally,
mom.
it's like a compliment for your mom, finally.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that.
I'm sick of it. This one says, good morning, love you guys, and what's on my mind is how Alexis has all these credit cards and Brooke doesn't help her pay them off ever.
Wow.
Isn't Brooke the loaded one?
It's true.
is.
See, you can give a man a fish, but if you teach him to fish, then he'll eat
That
for a
doesn't make sense.
lifetime.
Just give me money.
Yeah. Don't try to play fish. This is credit cards,
that
Brooke.
fish has bad credit, bro. Couldn't help it.
Another text says, I went on a 6-hour amazing date and got pulled over taking her home.
Oh, no.
Didn't get a ticket, but she thought I was reckless because of it and didn't go out with me again.
Wait, that's usually
that
more
help?
attractive.
Yeah, you should. That's probably the problem is that you didn't peel out as soon as the cop lights came
Yeah,
on.
you were polite.
Yes.
God, that's what happened.
Totally
Ew.
used a turn
Yeah.
signal. Ew.
Yeah.
Keep your text coming.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Every year has 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about spring, summer, winter, and fall.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about
then.
cuffing season,
Oh.
breakup season,
Oh, the
yeah.
dating one.
random mating season,
Yeah, that's a fun one.
and the one we're in right now, suffering single season.
Oh.
The time of year where more people than ever find themselves going on terrible dates. Personally, I look forward to this time every single
Do
year.
you?
Oh,
You
Yeah.
like this?
really?
Not because I just
pain for other people?
I mean, I do love a little gentle suffering myself,
yeah,
but
okay, that
mostly
makes sense.
it gives other people stories that they can bring to our next segment because we're doing a brand new Battle of the Tinder dates, celebrating suffering single season coming up right after this.
2 hopeless daters.
One dating app that dares you to swipe right.
The question is,
Whose love life is more tragic?
It's Battle of the Tinder Dates.
It is the dating game show that defied medical science by somehow getting itself pregnant.
Wow.
And
That's fun.
caught the whole thing on camera. It's Battle of the Tinder Dates, where two of our listeners square off to find out whose love life is the most tragic. We'll explain the rules in just a second. First, let's meet today's contestants. In this corner, before every kiss, she likes to give herself citrusy fresh breath by gargling a bottle of OJ with extra pulp. And that's why she's known as Juicy Lucy.
Hey guys!
Why do I feel like she does it right after she brushes her teeth, too?
Yummy. And in the other corner, she can seduce any man with her patented dance move, the slow motion twerk with double finger guns.
Wow.
Meet Pistol Whip Crystal.
Hey guys, what's up?
Jose just tried to do that in studio.
I love it.
Like,
And we can all
literally.
picture the dance. It's great.
Here's how the game works. One contestant will start by telling one of their worst date stories. Then the other will try and counter with a nightmare story of their own. We're going back and forth for 3 rounds until we declare a winner.
Yes.
We're going to start things off with Juicy Lucy. Let's go.
Okay, so I was at a guy's place. He cooked me dinner, and afterward I asked, like, do you want any help with the dishes? And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. His dog licks all of his plates clean.
No. And you had already eaten?
Yeah, and he wasn't joking.
Oh my God.
That is so gross.
That is
Disgusting.
nasty. It's like the
Yikes.
people that make out with their dogs.
Pistol Whip Crystal, can you counter?
Yeah, so I went out to drinks with this guy. He was like super rich and everything. We had this really fancy, upscale, like bougie piano bar.
Okay, that's
But
nice.
when we got there, he requested the pianist to play Baby Shark.
Oh, only one of the most romantic songs of all time.
Hot.
Was he trying to be funny?
I mean, I thought so the first time, but it wasn't just one time. I swear it was like
Wait.
6 or 7 times.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No way.
I mean, that song gets stuck in your head, and it just
Yeah,
won't
but
leave.
you don't keep requesting it.
Well, that's part of the
Exactly.
fun, is to keep repeating it.
But he was also paying the guy, too. So he was like dropping big money on this guy. I swear in like 15 minutes, he must have paid like, I don't know, like $200.
Oh, my God.
dang.
I was so mortified by the end of it. It was just like everyone was like giving me the death stare, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here.
Alexis would be like, I'll call you Daddy Shark. Let's go.
They were just jealous of you.
It's rich and annoying, sorry.
We're on to round 2. Lucy, back to you.
All right, so I was at dinner with a guy when he got a call, and he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I have to take this, right?
Okay.
Rude.
So I'm like, oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Rude.
Yeah, it happens
Then-
sometimes.
At least he said something.
He gets into an argument with the person.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
And
About what?
I wasn't sure at first. I could tell it was a woman.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
It turns out it was his mom.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeff's
why
like,
is that
I get
worse?
this. I get this.
That
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, he was like screaming at his mom. And even though this man was 37 years old,
Oh, boy.
she was upset with him because he didn't finish his chores that day. And she wanted him to come straight home.
Oh, did you put him on timeout in the restaurant?
I can see Jeff doing this. Mom, the rest of the dishes are soaking, okay? I'm on a date.
You'll get to it. Crystal, back to you.
Yeah, so I went on this coffee date, and this guy showed up wearing scrubs, and I was thinking, like, ooh, a doctor, like,
Oh, that's not bad then.
yeah, I was like, oh, I feel so bad. You just got off of work, da-da-da, whatever. And he's like, oh, no, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. He works in insurance. And I was super confused, so I was like, wait, what do you mean?
Insurance.
So apparently he got the scrubs from, like, the thrift store down the street, and I was like, you're comfy, I guess, but, like, why are you wearing them? And he's like, oh, well, if I happen to bail on the date or whatever, he would just use the scrubs to say he was a doctor, and then he would go hit on the barista.
Oh, wow.
And he explained this to you.
Very honest.
Yeah. Gotta respect a man with a plan. Not a lot of guys go that far. On to our third and final round. We need your best stories here, ladies. So, Lucy, what have you got?
Okay, so I hung out with this guy on my birthday. Afterwards, we go to his place, right?
Yeah.
Ooh la
And
la.
when we walk in, he had actually hung up a little banner for me. Like he'd decorated. Yeah,
is
there were
cute.
party streamers, and like he even had a cake.
Oh, my gosh. That is
Wow.
so cute.
I was over the moon, and so he sang for me. He took a picture. I was like so happy. No date had ever done anything like this for me before.
Yeah.
But then he tells me, don't touch any of it because all the party supplies were pretty expensive and he had to return them in the morning.
Rental
decorations?
Oh my
Even
God.
the cake. I couldn't even touch the cake. It was all for the picture.
Oh,
Was
you
it
couldn't
cute?
even have the cake?
Yeah, Alexis wants to know if it is Instagram worthy.
Yeah.
I mean, I did post it, but still, come on.
Something good came out of it. Here we go. Crystal, last shot.
So I went back to this guy's place, right? Because we had a great date or whatever, but I had to use the restroom.
Okay.
So while I'm in there, he had one of those kids like potty training toilet seats or whatever.
Oh. Did he have kids?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I didn't know you had a kid. And he's like,
right.
oh, well, I don't have a kid. The little potty's for me to use by the couch when I'm too lazy to walk to the bathroom.
That's brilliant.
I almost literally just like threw up in my mouth. It was so gross.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to put these all over my apartment.
Hopefully just for number one, though. God.
Jeffrey, why would you even
right.
come on?
Sorry, we can't go any deeper into that as much as we want to discuss
We
it. There
all
was the
wanted to.
final bell. We need to go and score this with the judges. Alexis, who are you giving it to?
I don't know, Crystal. I have a new fear unlocked that every man has a little toilet next to his
All
couch
right, we got
now.
one for Crystal. Brooke?
I just still can't get over the dog licking the plates clean. I give it to Lucy.
We're all tied up. Jose,
no.
you're the deciding factor.
Oh, man. Well, gotta go with Lucy with the mom calling about the chores.
All right, congratulations, Juicy Lucy.
I can't believe it.
You just convinced 4,000 of our listeners to uninstall Tinder forever.
She's crying, but not for good reasons.
Text in 78592 if you want to appear on the next edition of Battle of the Tinder Dates. We got your phone tap coming up right after this.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
You guys in this room know I slay the charity auctions, right?
You do, though. That's not even a joke.
Don't
Not
you
a
do
lie.
one a year?
The
That
charity
one?
auction circuit, Brooke. I come in there with my tux, throw out some
have a
zingers,
tux?
grab somebody's toupee,
What?
toss back a
Yeah.
martini, raise a cool 7 figures, and then I'm done.
Oh.
Attaboy.
Okay.
All for free.
I'll tell you, it's not that easy for everyone.
Oh.
In fact, one woman who's putting one on for the very first time is freaking out right now because she hasn't spoken with her MC yet.
And MCs are super vital to charity events.
They run the whole
They
show.
really
Yeah,
do.
set the tone
Well,
for the night.
She's about to meet him, and it could be possibly the worst fit ever.
Oh, no.
Because his name is Timid Benjamin.
Oh, no.
And he's ready to go all in for charity with your phone tap right now.
It's another phone tap.
Weekday mornings on the 20s.
Hello.
Hi. Is this Miranda?
Yeah, who's this?
My name is Benjamin from Event Speakers. I was hired to be the MC for your charity auction this weekend.
You're the MC?
Yes, that is correct. Or as the French would say, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Huh?
I took 1 year of French in middle school. Bonjour.
Okay, I need to talk to you about the charity event.
Oh, actually, I read the event program that you sent.
Okay, great.
It says, join us for a night of good food, great wine, incredible auction items, all in honor of the animals.
Yeah, I wrote that.
So I have a question. Will you be selling illegal animals that night? Or are we raising funds to capture some?
What?
Perhaps.
We're raising funds for pets that need homes.
Oh.
Why would we be capturing animals?
I thought that sounds more exciting.
Can I ask you
More fun.
about your experience? Have you ever emceed an event before?
Well, I built a program on my computer. It's called Charity Event Simulator.
What?
I've told jokes to thousands of approving avatars, and almost 60% laughed
Yeah.
at some of them.
I don't think that counts as actual experience emceeing an event
Excuse me.
in real life
Excuse me. I
with real people.
Well, I don't think your opinion matters on that. but I do have...
Excuse me, I think my opinion definitely matters because it's my charity event that I'm hosting for the first time, and
There are some stipulations in my contract. You should know them before the big event.
I don't even know if you're going to be performing at the event at this point.
First,
are you shushing me?
Yes. Because I need to tell you, I must have my inhaler on the stage the entire time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Second, do you have perhaps a DJ booked?
Why would I need a DJ? It's an auction.
Well, because I cracked up the simulator audience with my Snoop Dogg impression.
Oh, okay.
Bow wow wow, yippee-oh, yippee-yay.
Okay, please stop.
Snoop Dogg is in the house.
Please stop. You have to stop.
Then that's from my simulator.
Benjamin,
Scheisel.
I don't want to be rude, but
actually, it's actually a soft J.
Okay.
Hard N.
Then you are
you
not.
didn't say it correctly, please. I would appreciate if you addressed me properly.
What soft J Beneman? What? I don't even know how to say what you're saying.
You didn't go hard on
All
the
I'm saying is Ben Bowlby, you are not
that was close.
qualified for my event.
I would appreciate it if you didn't mollycoddle me.
Oh, what is that? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm open.
I don't see how you could ever MC any event in real life.
I have spoken in real groups before.
And what groups?
One time at my Aunt Helen's bake sale, I had to make an announcement that the cinnamon twists were 2 for 1.
Okay.
I get goose pimples just thinking about the moment.
Listen, this is 100% not going to work. You tell the company, I'll tell the company that I need someone with real experience.
Your partner Lisa seems to disagree.
What?
I talked to her and she said I have plenty of experience to do a prank phone call on you.
A prank phone call?
Gotcha.
Oh my God!
My real name is Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We're doing a phone tap on you.
No way! Oh my God! And I listen to you guys. You didn't sound like yourself. Obvious. Oh my God! Where's Brooke?
Yeah.
I need to speak to Brooke.
No, it's just me in the room today doing this, but Lisa is the one who set you up. She said this is the first time that you're doing the auction, and you were kind of nervous that you hadn't had your speaker locked down yet.
I've been under so much pressure. Yes.
I'm very, very good under pressure.
Oh my God! You're the worst.
Just like my idol Snoop Dogg, D-O-double-G.
I don't know his music.
2,
Stop
3
with
to the 4.
I'm not Martha Stewart.
Wake up every morning with phone taps. Weekday mornings on the 20s. Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
If you could give one piece of advice to somebody who's never tried a dating app before, what would it be? Wow. Like maybe lower your expectations?
Oh, yeah, definitely that.
Solid.
Don't open any pictures.
Oh, okay.
Well, not from me. Sorry.
Oh.
Right.
Specifically.
Use multiple filters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right.
common.
Add an extra 2.5 inches.
Oh.
To what?
Yeah.
For your height.
Oh.
Right? Because guys like taller girls, right?
Oh yeah, I like real tall.
I'm not the pro in this.
Why are the girls adding inches?
Well, that's exactly the kind of help that one of our listeners needs right now, because she was coming out of a long-term relationship and decided to meet a guy online for the very first time.
Whoa, risky.
And it went so well that she's reaching out to us for help.
That's not how it goes.
I would say she definitely didn't do the 2.5 inches trick. That's probably what it is. But, you know what? We'll see if we can help her on the other side of it when we do your second date update next.
Second date update.
You know, we've talked about people getting back into the dating game after being out of it for a while, but we don't normally speak to people on this segment who are using dating apps for the very first time.
Like ever?
Ever.
Oh, cool.
It's like a time warp.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't dated since 2010 and you met somebody at a grocery store, nowadays you're getting an eggplant, all right.
Oh.
But it's a digital one. And I don't know if you even wanted it in the first place. But that's what happened with Rachel recently. She emailed us saying this is her very first time being on a dating app, and she actually met a great guy who's somehow not calling her back. So Rachel, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, I'm just curious because I've never been on dating apps, right? Because I met my husband like before they were huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is it like for your first time?
Well, it made me feel kind of old, too, though. I mean, I had been in a relationship since college, so like 2007, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, I just completely new for me. And when I got flooded with all these guys, it was exciting. It boosted my ego. But it took me about like 2.5 weeks to find someone that actually fit all of my criteria. And that was Jack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you messaged him?
So he reached out to me.
Okay.
So I thought that was vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty hardcore. And
Not at all, but
It's literally what thousands of other guys did, but it's okay.
he said, hey. She's like, oh my God, he's so formal.
So
romantic.
confident.
I mean, how long did it take you to go out with him? Like between talking to him on the app and then the actual date?
actually, about 5 days. So we started kind of like Sunday, Monday talking. And then that weekend he was free and I was free. So
even
that's
nice.
good.
And I feel like a weekend date is a big commitment date. I don't know, like using your weekend for that.
I'll take a date any day of the week.
Yeah.
Or right now. If it didn't work out, I'm available right now.
I think
in
single
studio.
people think any time is a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Married people are like, my weekend is my only time.
That could be.
So what did you guys end up doing, Rachel?
So we ended up going to dinner.
Okay.
It was really, really sweet. We met there. So I took an Uber.
And what was that like for you? Because it's like your first dating
An
app.
Uber ride? You've never been in an Uber, Brooke?
Brooke's done nothing.
But it's like
Technology is amazing.
Wait, they can deliver food now? What the?
it's her first dating app. It's the first guy she's met on this.
Yeah.
Like
A lot
I
of
would be
pressure.
so nervous if I were you, just because. God, that's a lot. It's a lot.
I'm
of
a huge fan of Broad City, and I felt like I was in Broad City.
What was the actual date like?
Oh, well, he was just such a gentleman. Like, he was dreamy. He was such a good listener, too, you guys. Like,
Oh, that's important.
He was what?
yeah.
Yeah, it's important if they're good listeners.
See, I get it. Yeah. Did your ex come up a lot? Because, I mean, you did mention to us that you were together for a really, really long time.
It did, because, like I said, it was over a decade, and each thing that came up, he seemed to roll with it, and it didn't seem to bother him. I mean, because here's the thing. I was upfront with him from the get-go, and I told him straightforward that I'm not going to go home with him.
Oh.
This is like immediately after the handshake,
Yeah.
or when is this?
This was like after the first appetizer.
Oh.
Because I wanted to kind of loosen things up, but I just didn't want to get too loose, if you know what I mean.
I mean,
Okay.
but that also sounds good. You want to set boundaries, and he should
I know,
respect
but
those boundaries.
it could also come across as rude, though. Like, you're also assuming that
Yeah.
that's all that he's
True.
looking for, you know?
That's
Like,
also true, yeah.
Brooke's only saying that because she never would have said that to a guy. Those words have
opposite.
never crossed her lips.
She's like, I'm surprised we haven't slept together yet.
so we finished the first nap. Is it time? No, but
Okay.
seriously, like,
well,
he could have been insulted by that.
What was
Yeah, I
his
could see
reaction?
it.
Were you able to gauge it?
He was taken aback, but he said he wasn't expecting anything. So maybe,
Yeah.
like you said, it just kind of threw him off or whatever. And, I mean, here's the thing. When you talked about bringing up my ex, for the first time, I didn't cry, guys. You know, I was
On the date?
Oh, honey.
I'm glad.
Well, I mean, I get teared up whenever I think of Dylan. You know, that's my ex, and
Sister, I'm with you. It's been 5
no.
years
I know,
since
I-
I've been broken up. And I don't want to.
I hear Rachel crying right now, even just mentioning him.
That's hard. You probably were still emotional then if you're just like just now not crying talking about him.
I think maybe the drinks didn't help. You know,
Yeah.
Mm.
It always
So
enhances.
do you think that that's why Jack isn't calling you back?
I don't think so. No, he was like I said, he didn't seem like he was weirded out by it at all.
That's
And
good.
no, it
Well,
seems fine.
We all know you obviously didn't hook up, but did you guys like kiss or hug or like do anything else that's like intimate?
No, he was a gentleman, so we did like this side hug thing.
The side
I'd
hug?
hug like I do with all my friends.
Like a
Yeah.
one-armed hug.
I
Okay.
don't know that that's a good sign.
It was my first date. Like, I haven't been in a real in-person date in over a decade. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It wasn't like a backwards hug.
Yeah, we used to side tongue on this, so we're just sorry. We've heard a lot of dating stories, but yours sounds very nice, especially for your first time back into the dating pool, first time on a dating app. So let's play a song. We'll give. Not Dylan.
Jack.
Don't say Dylan.
Don't
Sorry,
do that.
excuse
that
me.
Is gonna go really poorly if you
I am
call
so
him her
sorry.
ex's name.
I promise you, Rachel, I will not call him Dylan.
Okay.
In fact, this is going to be the last time I ever say Dylan on this show.
You just said it again.
Okay.
Sorry, all the Dylans out there.
We'll play a song. We'll come back and we'll call Jack for you, not Dylan.
Okay, don't say
Right
it.
after this. Second date.
We'll be dialing his number.
Yeah, sorry.
Coming up.
Second date update.
If you're just joining us for the second date, we're talking to Rachel, who went on her first date in a very long time.
Yeah.
She said it's been more than a decade since she's gone on one, and she's never been on a dating app before. This was her first time on a dating app, and that was a little bit overwhelming, which is understandable.
Totally.
In fact, I'm going to do an impression right now of a guy seeing fresh meat on a dating app. Let's take the music down.
Oh, no.
See-
Pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a newbie. We're going to stay at Applebee's for 20 minutes and then go back to my mom's house, and she's going to watch me play Mario Kart.
Oh, man.
Wow.
So it's like she was dating in college all over again, is what you're saying.
But Jack, who she met, wasn't like that. He was different. He was a gentleman. And how do I know that they were a good match? Because Rachel said she didn't cry once during their entire date.
Wow.
It's a low
I'll
bar.
cry about her ex.
Well, cry in general.
Still, yeah.
No tears, that's love.
Yeah.
So, Rachel, we're about to give Jack a call. How are you feeling?
Honestly, I'm hoping for the best. There was nothing but positive vibes. So I feel like something happened, maybe at his job or family. I don't know. I hope everything's okay. But he's just perfect.
You're
And
right.
also, it's like, this is new to you. There's a lot of options out there that you haven't even explored.
I knew this was coming.
I mean,
Here it is.
Yeah.
Here's Brooke's pep talk to go out on the town and
It's
sleep around.
fine. That's how you get over people, Jeff.
There is one thing that doesn't change in dating, and that's vibes. Like, you can tell if something happened on the date. You can pinpoint a moment usually. So if you don't feel like there was something, then maybe there wasn't.
She hasn't even really dated in her adult life. I mean, you've had the same boyfriend since you were in college, just want you to make up for lost time. But okay, let's call Jack.
You know what? We're just going to stop projecting our feelings and our failed relationships onto you. We're just going to dial Jack and see what he has to say, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
You
deep
got
breath.
this. No biggie.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Jack?
Yeah, this is Jack. Who's this?
Hey, Jack. My name is Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hello.
Oh, that's my co-host Brooke, who just jumped
like-
in with a weird voice.
No, it just sounded like how he was hitting on us when he answered the phone. So I was like returning the favor, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Brooke
is not dated.
I just think it's interesting because, it was an unknown number, right? Were you expecting someone else on the phone, Jack?
I'm sorry, what is this all about?
Yeah, no, I'm sure you're very confused. This lady is talking at you and kind of hitting on you at the same time. No, we're a morning radio show, and we're doing a segment called the Second Date Update, where we're trying to help one of our listeners get in touch with you after you went out.
Oh, geez.
Sounds like fun, right?
All right. What do you need from me?
Well, we heard a lot of good things about you, so that's a good start.
And we heard them from one of our listeners named Rachel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so tell us what you thought about Rachel.
I mean, she's cool, she's nice.
Okay. Was she
yeah.
were you attracted to her? Did you feel like you guys had some chemistry?
Yeah, I think she's beautiful. She's really cool, and I think maybe she's just going through a lot right now and working through stuff, but...
What do you mean?
I was not prepared to talk about this.
It's okay. I mean, she told us some stuff about, her ex and maybe how she talked about that on the date.
She said a lot of really nice things about you, about how you're a great guy.
And a good listener. She said you're a great listener.
Well, that's super nice of her. She was just really specific about what she wants in a guy and kind of went on and on about how I fit those things.
And that wasn't good to you?
I mean, it's nice. It is nice. I think it was just like a little much at some point.
What was much?
Like, I don't know, first dates are supposed to be a little more chill and steer the conversation toward things that are maybe more fun and getting to know each other. And it was just basically at one point I was like, look, I just want to get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she smiled and she reached in her purse and handed me an index card.
Okay.
Oh, no.
What was on the index card?
Index cards are sexy.
Who has index cards?
Was it a recipe from her grandma or something?
I kind of wish it was. On top it said physical boundaries and kind of listed all these physical things that she would allow, and she also listed them by date.
Wait.
Oh,
What?
like
Whoa,
you mean
what?
like first kiss, 3 dates in, you can touch my butt 4 dates. I don't
That's
know.
exactly it.
Wow.
Oh,
Really?
Oh my gosh.
that's a lot of
What?
planning.
Do you have the card?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Date 1, fist bump,
Fist bump.
side hug, and high five.
Ah.
Oh my God. I wouldn't have even
Wow.
shown up. Send me the card before the date.
From what we heard, it sounded like you did that side hug on the first
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We did. Actually, we did do the side
date.
hug.
Yeah, how was it?
Oh,
It was exactly what you'd expect from a
So-
side hug.
Okay.
All right.
So it wasn't necessarily her boundaries, it was the way they were presented. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's cool. Like, her therapist says always create boundaries, which she told me, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's super healthy. That's great. But it's just not what I'm looking for. It's just
Yeah.
a little much to me. And especially talking about it on the first date like that, you know?
Yeah, maybe there's a more organic way to work in your boundaries
Yeah.
rather than a 5x7
Like, what's
card.
more organic than having her be on the radio with you
Oh,
and
yeah.
tell her boundaries right now? Because she's been on the other line listening, Jack, and she wants to talk to you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
She's not respecting your boundary in that way.
Rachel?
Oh, no.
Jack, you,
Oh, my God.
we had such a great time. I mean, you're such a sweetheart. You just told me that you you think I'm attractive, you know? Like, I'm trying to be a great communicator. You know what I mean? Like, no gray areas. I thought you would appreciate to know exactly what I want, what I needed. You know, like, I'm not trying to play games.
Yeah.
That's a hot pitch right there.
And
I
if
liked
you
it.
are,
That
this
was
is not a fun
Decent,
game.
yeah.
Jack, feel free to respond.
Rachel, okay, look, I can't believe we're on the radio right now. This is ridiculous.
Ridiculous is a little offensive to me. That's okay.
Yeah, I think it's very offensive.
Yeah.
It's just, even though I think you're a great person, you are clearly physically attractive, and it's just like the chemistry was just not there, you know? And like the way this whole boundary note card thing was brought up, it just kind of killed the vibe. And I know maybe
Well,
it's
dude,
just like,
do you know how many times a note card would have saved me on one of my Craigslist meetups?
Okay.
Whether or not, like, you think if it's going too far or it's like taking the spontaneity out of it. She's just trying to show you what she's comfortable with doing before things get awkward.
But your cards go by the hour, Jeff.
I think she's
That's the
different.
first hour, the second hour.
I mean,
Just saying,
Rachel,
it's her first date in a really, really long time, so she's just trying to get her feet back under her.
it doesn't mean you need to be a robot, though. It's like when I walk
Yeah.
into your car, I have to pull out the note card and check what I can do. If it's like side hug or small kiss.
Yeah.
You know what? You said we didn't have any chemistry, but I guarantee that server would have told you different. And to be honest, it's your loss because after date number 5, things really open up. So
Was that on the card?
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing about Rachel, she sounds like someone who's very organized and maybe very
true.
different from you and could really bring some other aspects to your life that you don't have right now.
Let's get to the second date on your note card so we can get to some of that
let's
other
do
stuff
that.
because we'd like to pay for that.
Hey.
What do you say, Jack? Give it another shot.
A lot could happen.
Rachel, I think it's cool that you think we had chemistry. I just think that like a lot of the fun was kind of drained out of it as soon as those boundaries came up. And
Come on, give her a second chance. On the second date, she knows that already. She doesn't have a second note card. Do you, Rachel? Do you have another note card?
not anymore, no.
Oh, see? Look
If
at
it's
that.
pencil, maybe you could just change a few
She's
things.
funny. She's funny, Jack.
all right, if we can start over. And
You want to go back to date one?
No.
That's fist bump, man.
It's like a punch card. You're going to get like a free latte soon.
So are you just saying yes? Is that what you're saying, Jack?
I mean, yeah, okay, I'll say yes. but I'll pretend like the card never happened.
Okay.
But she still wants you to remember the boundaries.
Still respect her.
Zach, I'm actually excited, and I'm really happy that I was vulnerable and called the station. Thank you, guys.
And you barely cried once during this entire call.
Hey.
That must mean it was a positive experience.
Yeah, just don't say that code word that makes her cry. It's Dylan.
Oh, God.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Laser Stories coming up in just a second. It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. Make sure you follow us, by the way, at Brooke and Jeffrey on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook.
God, you can see our new studio. It's so pretty.
So nice.
But there was a survey done recently of 800 managers and executives in the U.S. Almost 40% of them admit they've avoided hiring recent college graduates in favor of older employees instead.
Whoa,
Really?
why is that?
Why?
I thought like ageism worked the other way.
They say because Gen Zers just aren't prepared for real life.
Oh, yeah.
In fact,
What recently graduated college student has ever been prepared for real life, no matter what generation?
1 in 5 employers say they've had a recent college graduate bring a parent along with them to the job interview.
Oh, my gosh.
They're just waiting out in the lobby for them to be finished so they can give them a hug and say, honey, you did so good. I bet you totally nailed it. Now get a job and get out of my freaking house.
And Mom, can you take me to lunch? Because I just had a big day.
Over half of employers said Gen Zers struggle with eye contact during their interviews. Won't look directly.
Yeah, Alexis doesn't like that even with her friends.
Yeah,
Alexis
honestly.
is looking down at the floor right now.
Others have asked for unreasonable compensation during the interview.
For sure. Doesn't everyone make $200K after college? I mean, I thought that's what my professor told me.
Yeah, that salary sounds good. Can I get that all in a signing bonus?
Yeah.
Most dress inappropriately for work.
Well, I know.
And
I mean,
halter top.
the midriff.
They
Come
use
on, guys.
inappropriate language.
It sounds like management needs to change, not Gen Z.
You should hire me because of my Riz AF. And finally, 63% of employers say new college grads come off as entitled and get super offended way too easily.
Dude, come on, give them a break. You know, they're young, they don't know.
I just hope that they're not listening to Laser Stories, which is guaranteed to offend the Gen Zers. It's coming up right after this. It's the radio segment that's taking the awkwardness out of one-night stands with a new product called Eat a Sheet.
What?
Edible bed sheets for the rando who spends the night at your place.
So you don't have to feed them? I don't really get it.
Now it comes in 3 flavors, nacho cheese, tapioca, and buttermilk ranch. Wake up in the morning and eat a sheet with that special someone.
Sorry, can't leave yet. I'm still working on this King Fitted.
You start at that corner, I'll start at this one. We'll meet in the middle.
I'm stuffed. I ate a whole duvet last night.
It sounds almost as delicious as Laser Stories. A segment where we read weird news stories from around the globe just like everyone else does, except we've got a laser. Those other mattress munchers just don't. This first Laser Story is out of Winter Park, Florida. 41-year-old Paul Kuriak recently stepped into his favorite Dunkin' Donuts store when the call of nature hit.
Well, coffee will do that to you.
Yep.
So he stepped into the bathroom real quick, and then the unthinkable happened. As he was on the toilet, it exploded.
Wait, that's possible?
Are we talking like
What do you
theoretically?
mean?
Or?
The toilet blew up, covering him and the restroom in, well, exactly what you would think.
Oh my gosh. What and why?
Oh my God.
And Paul sat there in shock for a couple seconds.
I would imagine.
And then with urine, debris, and worse all over him, he bravely walked out of the restroom.
No one came to check on him.
What, to order his donut and coffee?
Imagine seeing that guy walk out of the bathroom being like, ooh, do not order food here.
Do not go in there.
Do not go in there.
He found the store's manager and asked for help, but according to Paul, he was brushed off.
Oh, what?
They quickly apologized, and then they let him know they were aware of the, quote, problem with the toilet, as it had happened before.
What?
Wait. It exploded before.
Yeah, that wasn't the first time the Dunkin's toilet had exploded.
Okay.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Paul has now filed a lawsuit seeking more than $100,000 in damages.
Yeah.
Because he says he suffered severe and long-term injuries due to the incident. And
I
more
can
than
see
that,
that.
he's required mental health care and
Yeah.
counseling
Yeah.
just so that he can be brave enough to use a public restroom
Oh,
again.
you thought it was bad before?
He's never going to go to a Dunkin' ever again.
Ever,
That's for
no.
sure. I mean, $100,000 honestly sounds pretty low to me.
Yeah, you'd think
it
it'd
sounds
be
like he
more.
legit just needs some help.
You don't
Yeah.
think it sounds legit?
No, I think it does. Like, it sounds legit to me.
I don't know. I mean, the case is in court, and a rep for Duncan has not publicly responded to the suit. As for the toilet,
Yeah.
word is it's still not working.
Oh,
But
did they finally put a sign
they
up?
put an out-of-order sign
Okay.
up on the door, so
Okay.
it's not like they've done nothing. It's
right.
next to nothing.
Should be like a little bomb symbol next
Yeah,
to it as well. Like, warning.
Enter at your own risk.
Yeah, crime scene tape.
This next laser story is out of Secret Ceremony Central.
Ooh, and we get to know about it?
Yeah.
Wedding venues are crazy expensive.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah.
I'm surprised we don't see this kind of thing more. Maybe it's a new trend and we will start seeing more of it.
Okay.
But a coffee shop in Indianapolis called Mansion Society is in the news today after a couple held a pop-up wedding there and did not ask permission.
What? Oh, they just did it?
They just
the
showed
heck?
up with 30 guests, didn't say anything, and started the ceremony in one corner of the store.
What the
I
heck?
mean,
It's kind of cool. It's
if
like
you
a
don't have any extra help and you're not putting up any decorations, I guess.
it's like a wedding flash mob.
They had
Yeah.
an officiant there, and their photographer told a barista to wait 5 minutes when they asked them to please stop blocking the door.
No.
Okay, now we're getting.
They're like,
yeah,
just
that's
hold
an
on,
issue.
hold on.
They haven't. Just wait for him to kiss the bride.
The
Okay.
owners, who normally charge $500 for private events there,
Whoa.
say they didn't stop
That's
it from happening because footage of them interrupting a wedding could go viral and the internet might cancel them.
Oh, that's a good point.
So we can do whatever we want now.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm gonna go rob a store.
I mean, the thing, $500 for a wedding venue is not
That is
like,
cheap.
yeah.
Aren't they like $50,000?
Well, later the coffee shop posted a video of it happening after initially deciding not to. They didn't want to shame the couple online, but eventually opted to post the footage after the bride and groom refused to admit that they had done anything wrong.
What? Just
Okay, come
pay my
on.
money, man. I mean, they shut down the store, right? They blocked the
Yeah.
entrance.
Give them like $100 and say,
Everybody
look.
buy a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has to buy coffee.
Once the comments started rolling in, the bride was shamed for not paying, and she offered $200 for them.
Okay. Now we're negotiating. I think we're too late for that.
Well, when they asked her
Yeah.
for the full amount, she called it unreasonable.
Come on.
So now people online are debating whether a sudden pop-up wedding like this is really a big deal or not, because the whole thing only lasted 20 minutes.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
You know what
Well,
they
I
should
guess-
do? They should go back and get a pop-up divorce. That'll
Yeah.
show them.
I bet they didn't tell their guests that either. I bet the guests were like, wait, did they let
we
them
thought
know?
we were going to lunch.
Yeah,
we had no idea.
This next laser story is out of Emoji Land. A recent poll of 1,000 employees asked them to name the most inappropriate emojis to use at work.
Oh boy.
Can you guess what number one is, anybody?
Yeah, eggplant.
Probably eggplant.
Come
yeah.
on.
Well, how you answer might depend on your age. Because for Gen Z, it's the peach emoji, the one that kind of looks like a butt.
Yeah, I thought that was
my
going to be
second,
me
but
too.
I was like,
For millennial age people, it's the beer mug emoji.
Is it appropriate for work?
Inappropriate to be sharing around at work.
Wouldn't you just say it like happy hour, beer emoji?
yeah, yeah.
No? Okay.
Oh, if you want to get fired,
all
go
right,
ahead.
fine.
For Gen Z people, it's the eggplant.
Okay.
Oh, wait. The
They've-
first people were Gen X. I always get these mixed up.
Gen Z is peach.
Okay, what is
And
this?
eggplant?
Millennials are beer mug. Gen X
Oh,
is eggplant.
Okay.
And then baby boomers think the middle finger emoji is the most unprofessional one to use.
That just means I was number one in sales.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the number one sign.
Is that
right?
true? Baby boomers think that the middle finger emoji is most unprofessional, bro?
No, let's send them to my mom. Oh, you're saying I'm over now?
Looking for some.
Okay.
The top
All right.
answers for men and women were also different. Women think the peach and eggplant emojis are the most unprofessional.
Yeah.
Men say the beer mug and kissy mark emoji
Okay.
should not be allowed at work.
Yeah, because the men aren't getting sent the eggplant and the peach emoji.
Yeah.
The men are sending it. You know, like
Yeah.
The one
Isn't
that
that
got
obvious?
the most votes overall was the beer mug.
What?
So I guess
Weird.
talking
What
about
beer
getting
mug?
drunk at work is still considered taboo.
But we can send like the red bite lip emoji and all that
mean,
stuff.
I
Still.
would
The
think
champagne bottle's fine. The wine glass is fine.
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
smoke,
that's true.
like the smoke puff is okay too.
Yeah, just make it classy. That's all you gotta
okay.
do. But that's why this guy never sends emojis.
Oh.
He just draws a big phallic symbol on every work note that he sends
Oh my
around
gosh.
the office. No subtlety whatsoever. That means Laser Stories has come to an end for the day. We'll do it again, same time on Friday.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Kelsey from Centralia is back after she has gone 0-1 against you, Brooke.
okay.
She says the last time she played, she knew all of the right answers, but she was way too nervous and her brain shut off in the middle of the game. Is that right, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelsey.
I'm sorry.
Well, we don't want you to be nervous. I want to help you relax. So can we get some soft, spiritual, relaxing music for you here?
Oh.
Kelsey, I want you to take it easy right now. Throw all the cares and the stresses that you have in your life away. Now, reach into your purse and take out your credit card.
Wait, why?
Read the numbers on that credit card
You're
out
not
loud. to me.
hypnotizing her.
Don't forget the CVV code and the expiration
Yeah, we
date.
need
This is going to soothe you.
Kelsey, are you
Kelsey,
soothed?
are you feeling soothed and
Yeah.
relaxed?
Super helpful. Thank
Okay,
you.
let's hear some numbers now. Go ahead.
Do not tell
Have
him
my
your
pen
credit
ready?
card number.
Okay, you know what? If you don't want to relax, then fine. I'm not going to help you relax anymore.
Stick with cash, then, sister.
All right. Good luck then. We're going to send Brooke out of the studio. And while that happens, Kelsey, you know how the game works. You got 30 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. If you don't know when you can say pass, but you have to beat Brooke outright to win. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, deep breath, relax. Time starts now. Today is National Pig Day. True or false, veal comes from a pig?
False.
Croissant translates to what shape in French?
Crescent.
What manufacturer of dental care products claims to be the brand more dentists use?
Colgate.
Name the constellation that's referred to as the Archer.
Pass.
Joe Exotic is best known for starring in what famous documentary?
Tiger King.
In which city is South Beach, Florida located?
South Beach.
City. Oh, that's the answer.
She's
Oh.
going with exactly the thing I said. It's a bold strategy, Kelsey, and I like it. I can tell you're relaxed. Brooke's going to come back in the studio, and I see on my phone screener, Kelsey, I thought you were going to have a relaxing place to go on a trip, but you're not going on a trip, but you're saving for Disney.
Yes. We're just waiting till next year because my son's only 3 this year, so we're going to wait till he's a little bit
You
bigger.
probably have to wait a little bit longer. They can't go on
I was
anything.
gonna
They're so
say-
short.
Well, my daughter's 9 this year,
Oh,
so
you have to then.
I don't want to wait too long.
There is
Yeah.
that window.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
With the amount of money that you have to save, it's probably going to take you like 15 years to get enough to afford that trip.
Okay, kids, we get one ride.
So stinking expensive.
Which one do you want?
He's 30 years old, and he finally gets to go to Disney. All right, Brooke. Your turn. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Your time starts now. Today is National Pig Day. True or false, veal comes from a pig?
False.
Croissant translates to what shape in French?
Crescent.
What manufacturer of dental care products claims to be the brand more dentists use?
Colgate.
Name the constellation that's referred to as the Archer.
Orion.
Joe Exotic is best known for starring in what famous documentary series?
What is it called? Pass. I can't remember.
Ooh,
Tiger King.
In which
Tiger King.
start of the question, you don't get credit. In which city is South Beach, Florida located?
South Beach is in Florida.
Wow.
What
was the question?
That was a
What city
terrible.
is South Beach?
I didn't think we could get worse than
I
Kelsey's
didn't hear
answer
what he
till we
said. He
heard
just
Brooke's.
mumbled through the end of the question.
We're going to go to the scoreboard and see what a train wreck this really was with Jose.
Come on.
Don't get it, do you?
Bolaños.
Kelsey, was your brain unclogged today? Were you relaxed? I would say yeah. You got 3 correct.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a good score,
I think it's
Kelsey.
better than last time. And Brooke?
Well, it's Miami.
It is Miami,
I couldn't
but
hear
you
what he
didn't
said.
say. Oh, but you know
I
the
couldn't
other-
hear what he said.
Only 2.
Brooke bites the dust.
Oh,
Kelsey
Jeffrey
wins.
took me down.
And Kelsey, congratulations on taking down Brooke.
Look at that.
I feel so much better. I got 0 last time.
You did it, Kelsey.
Let's go over the answers for everybody. It's National Pig Day. Veal comes from a pig. That's false. It comes from a cow. Croissant translates to crescent in French.
I never knew that.
Has a crescent-shaped appearance.
Makes so much sense.
The manufacturer of dental care products that claims to be the brand more dentists use is not Colgate, it's Oral-B.
No.
So clearly that slogan is not doing them any
you
work.
both said Colgate.
Dentists probably know.
Yeah, the constellation referred to as the Archer is Sagittarius
Oh.
because it's shaped like an archer. Joe Exotic, best known for starring in The Tiger
Didn't
King,
give it to
Brooke.
me.
We did not.
And the city that South Beach, Florida
You
is
did
located
not say,
in.
Play the tape back.
We will.
Mumble
I
City.
definitely said city.
I said city. It would be in the city of Miami.
Which Brooke knew.
So, Kelsey, congratulations. Not only do you get $100,
Wow.
but you got some Brooke and Jeffrey swag to take home.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, put the spiritual music back on. Brooke,
Oh, yeah, we gotta calm Brooke down.
you're not feeling mad anymore, Brooke.
Now pull your credit card out.
Now pull out a big wad of cash and slide it across the table to your good friend Jeffrey.
There you go.
Oh, she's handing me. Oh, wow.
It always works. Thank you for playing, Kelsey. We'll be back to do
Yeah.
Win Brooks Bucks same time tomorrow.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.